YouTube. What's happening? It's Lamar. We living a life. Again, living a life is it's balance. It's balancing the physical with the spiritual. All right. And on both sides, we right there. So living a life, that's what that is. We live in two lives. All right. We live in two life. That's what I mean. We live in two life. Bam, bam. But we right there. All right. It's gonna be a good one. Spiritual warfare. Spiritual warfare. I wouldn't say we have to fight against spiritual warfare. I believe it's about just being armored up and knowing ways to defeat it. All right. When it come your way, when it come inside of you, again, even when it's in the premises of, all right, because you're going to feel it. You're going to feel not like you. And it's a not so good feeling when it's not like you. All right. That's why knowing who you are is powerful. So spiritual warfare and being armored up and having knowledge about it, not only having knowledge about it and being armored up, being aware of it and when it's happening, because it's going to get you out your mode if it's not for the good. All right. It's a lot of things going on out here today, and this is one of them. All right. Now, some may not necessarily believe that it's a spiritual thing going on or spiritual warfare going on or it's a spiritual existence to it. Some may not believe it. Some may want to be no parts of it. Some may not think that it exists. Some may not just care about it. Some may only just focus on the physical, the material. What can we accumulate? What can I get from this? Forget about that part. However, for some who right there, then we on the same page. All right. And it's not a diss. It's not a knock to either side. Some things is what they are. So today, spiritual warfare, being armored up with it and having ways to shift, having ways to shift away from what's not you or what doesn't belong to you to get back into your essence. That's what we're speaking on today. All right. So, yeah, it is. You'll know when you're under a spiritual attack. You don't necessarily have to fight with it. Just be aware of it. Just being able to know that you're bigger than the spiritual. You're bigger than the attack that's happening. All right. It can be a headache. It can be discombobulation. You know what I'm saying? It can be heavy at times. All right, because it can seem as if it's coming from everywhere and sometimes everybody. All right. And you knowing your light, you knowing your position and all of that, it's just not a physical thing. It's actually a spiritual thing, and that's happening when you can feel it. If you know you're radiating positive, if you know you're radiating love, if you know you're radiating, up energy, then everything else outside of that is coming from another entity. It's coming from something there, something else. All right. And whatever's going on out here is spiritual attacks. All right. It's spiritual attacks. Man, oh man. I've been in it. I know what they about. I can sense them. I can feel when it's happening to me. I can feel when somebody throwing something on me. I can feel when somebody trying to push something on me. I can feel when somebody trying to take something away from me. You're going to be able to feel it, whether that be mentally in your garden or whether that be, physically in your forest. You're going to be able to feel it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen right there. It's going to happen right there. It's probably going to send you all kind of vibrations through your body. All right. So being equipped with it, because it's true that it is happening, we got to stay armored up. All right. We got to know how to talk to it. We have to know how to go inside and push it out, because once we do that, the whole mood is different. All right. It's so real with this right here, man. It's true with this right here that for those who know how these entities work, it's kind of like a shake off every day, depending on certain people, places, and things. And this is why being to yourself more and not wanting the wrong company, the wrong people around you, because you know that it's not going to give off, or it's not going to come off or come back in another way to where it's going to make me feel more uplifting. But yet you giving it off like that. And the only thing is, it's being taken away. It's being taken away. You get what I'm saying? So it's real. I did a video about, exposing the demons in people when you come around. And if you that kind of person who know what I'm speaking on, then yeah, you know what I'm saying? Believe me, we right here, because you can have people, you can have other people's demons comes out when you're in the vicinity. Here's what I want to say about that. Sometimes it's not even that person, because that person can have love for you. But what's untamable is the demon that's inside of that person. All right? And peep where I'm going, because what's untamable is the demon. The demon will show up. The demon will show up. We can't call it negativity. We can't call it BS. We can't call it nothing other than what it is. And it's going to be that demon that has taken over that person. All right? Again, you always got to flip that mirror around, because at that moment, you got to look at yourself too. And if that demon is controlling you, then you're going to respond back in a way to where if you was at your own senses, if you was at your own sense, you probably would have not responded in that matter. And this is why I say you don't have to fight it, because if you fight it, then it's going to cause wreckage. It's going to cause wreckage in your relationships. It's going to cause wreckage in your situationships. It's going to cause wreckage in your behavior, your attitude, your words. Trying to fight it. There's no need to fight it. Cast it out. Call it out. Because at that time, you know that demon is not operating on the same wavelength that you operating on. And there's a lot to go with it. And it can happen at any given time. It can happen at any given time. So this spiritual warfare that's going on, man, and it's a lot to go with it. It's a lot to go with it. You got people eyeballing you. Y'all already know what time it is. Hold up. Matter of fact, I'm going to move. You got people eyeballing you. You got people giving you the, they zoned in on you. Can't take their eyes off of you. Looking at you. Throwing stones, and you can feel that. You can feel that. You go to the grocery store, you go to Walmart, anywhere you may go, you can feel that. You can feel that entity that's being on you, especially if you're connected with your spirit. And for a long time, I was disconnected with, it was like I say, it was that silent sound, but it was going up against the loud noise. All right. And having those two, now, what I'm doing now is I'm paying attention to the silent sound. I want to know what's up with your energy. Matter of fact, I know what I'm going to give off. Matter of fact, I know what I'm bringing to the table. Matter of fact, I know when you get around me, either two things is going to happen. Either your demon is going to come out and we're going to have to adjust that, fix that, cash that out so we can keep things moving, and or you're going to come around me and we just going to click and connect. And we just going to grow, level up. And that's just knowing who you are. That's just knowing yourself. That's just knowing your spirit. That's just knowing that sometimes, or when you know someone who operates from the heart, then the heart can think for the mind. Now, on the flip side, if the mind is thinking for you, or if the mind is thinking for me, then it can be messed up. Something can go wrong. But if you're operating from the heart, then it's going to come out within your mind. It's going to come out. If you operating from your mind and just forgetting about your heart, then yeah, it's going to be a tough battle. You get what I'm saying? Because this can be corrupted up there. It can be attacks coming in from there and not having the right, not having the right armor around to see that happening. Then how you going to get yourself up out of it? All right? Because it's so much that can be thrown at you, and you got to be ready for it. If you know who you are, again, always be accountable and know that, damn, I can make some adjustments. Let me flip that mirror around because I can make some adjustments. I don't have to react. I don't have to respond if I don't want to, and I don't have to react or respond in that manner. But you got to know, because you can go years and years and years and years of not fully knowing exactly what's happening. Until you start taking a look at things and you start to understand more patterns after patterns, like, man, wait a minute. This is what I had to do. Man, wait a minute. It's the same shit that's keep happening repeatedly over and over and over. Here's the thing about that. When you think that, okay, this is just how life's supposed to be, and it's nothing that you can do about it because this is just the way life's supposed to be, to each his own, this is just the way life's supposed to be, and you got to start figuring things out for yourself. You got to start figuring things out for yourself. It's nobody that's going to pull you and say, hey, this is what's going on. And this is how you got to be more aware of that. And this is what you got to be equipped with. But for those who can relate to what I'm saying in this spiritual realm, I'm telling you now, I'm letting it be known now. Ain't no covering this up. Ain't no hiding it. No, nope. None of that. So if you know who you are and you know, like, well, hold on. I ain't not really, I'm beating myself up when I ain't got to beat myself up, knowing that half the time I'm not even a problem. Forget about them attacks. Know how to take those attacks out, because it will carry you and it will hold you down so long in your life to where now you got to rebuild yourself up. All right? And we working on God's time. We working on the universe time. We working in nature's time. God, universe, and nature. That's what we're connected to. You get what I'm saying? Not necessarily people. It's the spirit. Yes, we got love in our heart for people, whether the ones who took advantage, whether the ones who knew, whether the ones who did not take advantage, or whether the ones who didn't know. We're connected in some form of fashion, some form of way. All right? So for the ones who's going through it, or for the ones who's going to future see this, it's spiritual warfare. It's spiritual warfare. And the power in that is you hold the power. You hold the power to make a difference in that moment. But you got to know how to do it right. Half the time, a lot of don't even have them around you. It's no need. If they're not coming correct and you know you're going to come off correct, it's no need to have nobody around you. And be blessed. Be thankful for that, because that's where your peace of mind comes from. And it just don't have to be. The devil doesn't work just through your mate. The devil can work through your kids. The devil can work through, the air. Excuse me. The devil can work through the air. In this spiritual warfare, this spiritual battle that we in, it happens like that because what it want to do is not let you see who you are. Can't see who you are? Hold on, we gonna keep that down. We ain't about, no. We ain't about to let you know you one of God's children. We're not about to let you know that. Okay, you're going to have to figure some things out for yourself because it's going to be your journey. Okay? It's going to be your journey to call yours. So you're going to have to figure some things out for yourself. However, for the most part, I'm going to let you know. All right? And it's a couple of great ones letting it be known too. All right? And they're going to recognize a real one when they see one. They're just going to recognize, they're going to feel a real one when they see one. No matter how they try to look at it, no matter how they try to project it, no matter how they try to twist it, no matter how they, whatever, they're going to know a real one when they see one. Okay? So, and that's just what it is, which means on a whole nother realm, that's where you operating from. And you carry yourself like that. You carry yourself like that because you know what's in here, it's more powerful than here. What's in here, it's more powerful on the outside. I'm going to tell you what happens right here. That's love. That's unconditional love right there. You ain't going to put conditions on how I love you. I ain't going to put conditions on how you come. I ain't going to put conditions on how we going to rock with each other. There's no need to put conditions on it. Whatever it is, we can get through it. Whatever it is, we can make way. But somehow, some way, when down there, that low level, that low elevation start to operate, then it becomes difficult. And you be like, damn. You know, because it's your relationship or it's your relationship or it's your situationship. And you be like, damn, what's going on? I'm telling you now, you don't have to figure out what's going on. I'm letting you know now. It's a spiritual thing that you're going through. It's a spiritual thing that you're going through. Some things you're going to have to figure out by yourself because you got to take that walk. And the more you be in tune with it and the more you start to recognize when you're dealing with people or even places and things, that it's a spirit operating. It's magic in it. It's wickedness in it too. All right, from what we know as magic or wickedness, from what we know. And that's on either side, from what we know as that. Because the wind will talk to you. The birds will talk to you. All right? The trees will talk to you. Yeah. And it's like that, but they're going to make you think that it ain't that. I'm letting you know it's that. It's exactly that. Because you're operating in a spiritual form. And you be thankful for it. And you be fearless in it. Okay? It's so true. Y'all guys got to forgive me, man. I'm going to decline that real quick. It's so true that when you operating in that and you recognize in that spiritual warfare, you start to see yourself coming out, then things start to shift and things start to change in your life to where it's like, nah, you really don't want to do nothing if it's not about hitting the goal, if it's not about being better with yourself, if it's not about making sure you still operate from here, because a lot going to come with it. A lot going to come with it, and you got to go up top and be like, you know what I'm saying? And what I mean by is, damn, I was hurt. I was taken advantage of. I was used and abused. I was manipulated. This is your story. You see what I'm saying? So you got to face that. Anybody can come and put anything on it, but you know what's up. You get what I'm saying? Only y'all know what's up. Hold on, wait a minute. So I got a glow, and the glow came from the Heavenly Father up above. Oh, I got to march in that light then. Again, you ain't no reneging on it. All right? And the reason there's no reneging on it is because you're just not doing it for you. You're just not doing it for you. You're doing it for others. And if you're right there, if you there with it, then you know, all right, well, I just can't be a-holing out here. I just can't be doing a fool out here. I just can't be doing anything out here. And then you start more and more to lead by example. That's what we do. And salute to all the leaders out there. Salute to all the new leaders out there. Salute to the ones who understand and know, like, man, listen, if we got to live like that for the next 30 years, And somebody got to take a stand, no matter where it may lead me, no matter where it may lead you. Right? Somebody got to take a stand there, because, sheesh, it ain't doing nothing for me. It's not feeding my soul. It's not feeding my spirit. So all these demonic attacks, all these demonic people, all these demonic entities, even from the ones you may love, like really in here, like, damn, I got love. Just know that it's not that person. It's a whole nother entity operating, maybe trying to just keep you down. You get what I'm saying? Some things could be intentional, and nobody's perfect. We can agree to that. But if you know who you are, and you know what's right there, and you know what's right there, you good. You good. There's no need to worry. There's no need to be in fear mode. There's no need for none of that. There's no need to try to attack or take somebody, because that same full of love you got on the opposite side, you can bust a whole house down. Okay? And that's not what we're trying to do. And you just knowing that. So sometimes your heart speaks before your mind can speak, and be like, ah. And if you know, you know. Sometimes your heart be speaking, and you just be caught up in it like, ah. You know? Seriously, and it's like that. I'm going to keep it short, sweet, and simple. But however, these spiritual attacks, you don't necessarily have to fight back with them. Just be equipped to know how to not let it come in you, or not let it be around you. All right? Rebuke it off. Pray it off. Speak it off. Be aware that it's coming to you, and it don't belong to you, because you know how you coming. You know what you stand on. And it's alive. Don't let it take you out. Do not let it take you out. Understand that, wait a minute. I know me. Let me check myself first. Hold up. Let me check myself. And even if I'm not in a not so good mood, or if I'm not operating in high elevation energy, then I got to check myself, because I can feel that coming off of me. Like, hold on. So let me breathe and let me check myself before I dish anything out. I tell you, some of these things, had we known, then things would have been a lot more different. But now we know, and if you don't know, now you're going to know. All right? And this is just how we moving. Ain't no more, nah. That's over with. Be yourself. And just be who you are. It's better to be dolo than to be riding with, or be hanging around folks who really just ain't really got no love, no respect, don't really want to know what it is when it comes down to you, knowing what you're going to bring to the table. Yet, however, nope. Oh, well, on the flip side, guess what? If we ain't on the same page, ain't no need to be in the same book. And you fall back, and you have no worries with everything else. It's no worries. Because that's how it works. You don't want to be stressed out. You don't want to be all upset. You don't want to be angry. You don't want to be stressed, depressed. You don't want to be thinking about, man, That's taking away time from letting it out. This is so true. This is so true. Like I say, everybody has their own definition of real, and I'm not knocking that. But what's true is true. It stands by itself. And what's right here stands by itself. I can't get this off to you, and I'm going to just pump fake it. Can't give it off to you like that. I won't give it off to you like that. All right, so we gonna do it with experience. And the whole outside world, for the most part, anywhere you go, make sure you check yourself. All right, I got to check myself. And for the most part, I know how I'm coming. I know how I'm operating. I know what I'm giving off. I know what I'm about for the most part. Love is everything. And that's how I'm coming. Male or female. Child or elder. That's how I'm coming. I'm coming with love. I'm coming with living a life. That's how I'm coming. Ain't no other way around that. Now, if it's something that I'm recognizing that to where it's like, it's making the atmosphere, the energy, it's making me like, oh, what is this? And if I can do my part, if I can do my part, then that's just what it's going to be. I'm going to do my part to make sure I can do my part of raising it up. And silently, but yet you can hear the sound, then others going to vibe with it and join with it if they on that same frequency. If not, then okay, then I'm doing my part. I'm raising the vibrations. I'm raising the frequency. I'm bringing out the sunshine. You get what I'm saying? I'm bringing out the sunshine. Okay? And that's how we got to operate, because it's a lot. And it's a lot of folks who don't want to see you at your best. And we get it. Okay, I get it. All right? You're not a follower. You do your own thing. You trailblaze. You speak how you feel. You move how you move. You talk how you talk. You do what you do. And out of all of that, it's coming from here. That's just being. That's just doing. Okay? And it's real. It's so true like that. So understand how the spiritual warfare go, because it can go up here. It can go up here. And then next thing you know, they labeling you all kinds of titles. They looking at you in all kinds of different ways. And once you know, and I'm letting you know. Oh no, you got to speak. Bruh, sis, it's just spiritual warfare you dealing with. Spiritual warfare you dealing with. Now I can give you some ideas and some suggestions of how to combat that or what to look for in that, but you got to take your walk. You got to take your walk. And it gets better once you start to understand it, once you start being more aware of it. The dangers and safe space of a spiritual awakening, of a spiritual journey. And it's out there. What they call it, narcissists. It's narcissists, it's demons, it's devils. It's all that out there. Just because little old you operating right here. All right? Nobody's better than nobody. But everybody walk is different. Nobody's better than anybody. So we live unconditionally, not judging, not going against of, okay, what's going on? Let's find that balance. Let's find that balance like this. You get what I'm saying? And we just keep going. It's more to speak on. It's more to look into. It's more to be aware of. I just wanted to put this out there when it comes to that spiritual warfare, the spiritual awakening. Again, part 2 of the dangers and safe space of it. When you know who you are and you know what you stand on and you know what you represent, especially when you know who you are and you know what's coming from here, you know what's coming from here, genuinely, pure, naturally. You ain't got to fight. Ain't no need to fight. There's no need to fight. You ain't got to fight with the spiritual. You ain't got to fight with the physical. I'm gonna throw that. I'm gonna cast that out. I see how you operating, so I'm gonna just pray on that and disregard that. Again, this when you operating from the heart, it already comes up top in your mind. But if you operating from your mind, it's probably gonna not come out so legit because you're forgetting about that. The only thing is finding that balance. Once the balance comes right there, and you know you giving it off like that, can't have no disturbance because people will want to come in like really bust through that. They really want to come and bust through that. We got to break that down. We gonna bust that down. Nah, I said we unlocking every gift. That's what I said. We are unlocking every gift. We on God's time. Ain't worried about that. We on God's time because that's what it is. That's how it is. And it's whose it is. This ain't mine, this ain't yours. Okay? We on God's time. And they out there watching, looking, lurking, waiting. Man, watch out, because they'll think you weak. They'll think you soft until they get around you and get to know, like, man, hold up. This motherfucker strong. Yeah. Becoming better of knowing who you are, becoming better of knowing who I am, becoming more aware of, I peep what's going on, I see what's going on. And I ain't got to speak on it, I ain't got to say it. But watch how I talk to it, watch how I respond to it, watch how I react to it. Because it's going to get up out of here. And if it don't get up out of here, don't worry about it. I'm going to get up out of here. It ain't for me. It ain't for me. You'll know when it's for you. I'm going to keep it short, sweet, and simple. All right? Happy new month. This #1. We got the whole month to go. We leveling up. We journeying up. It's more to be said about it, but we just going to keep it right there. It's Lamar. We living a life. One love to you all. Let's get it.